Hi, welcome to the Quantity Surveying Studio. So today's video is about tender management. So in this video, I'll be talking about the process of tender management as a consultant, how a consultant does the entire process of tender management. So before starting the video, if you have not yet subscribed to Quantity Surveying Studio, please do subscribe for quantity surveying related videos. Hope you're finding all the contents useful and it is helping you in your career. Without further delay, let's move into the video. So first, let's understand why a tendering is done, why tender management process is done. So basically, for any construction project, once all your documentations are done, that is your design has been developed, all your drawings, all your budgets have been developed, you need someone to actually build that particular project, or basically the contractor has to do it. So for that, tendering process is carried out. As a consultant, you will be having all the budgeting done, all your different stages would have been completed, like the concept design stage. You would be building up a budget or your cost plans, then the schematic design, then the details design. So after all this process, you will then build up your final BOQ. Again, you will be doing your pricing for that particular BOQ, and you will be arriving at the budget of that particular project. Simultaneously in this process, all your designs would have been developed. There would have been a lot of queries, workshops happening to finalize the budget, like the finalize the specifications, the design, proper designing of the different elements of that particular project. So once all this stage is completed, then starts the tendering process. So the first step is to do a tender setup. That is basically to provide the detailed documents to the different contractors who are interested in tendering the project. So these are called the tenderers. So what you need to provide them is with the different documents. It would be the drawings, the specifications, the contract documents which is being followed for that particular project, then the different pricing schedules, then it would be the different design details. So all these are provided to the contractors so that they could go through it, study through it. It would be helpful for them to understand what the project is and do their best pricing. So this is basically done maybe through emails, or again there are different softwares, like Procore is one such software where the entire construction management is carried out. So through that also it is done, or again depends on which software or what the way that particular client is using. So the consultant will be supporting them, or they will be assigned to help the client to do this tender setup. It will be their part of their scope, the consultant scope. So once all the documents have been received by the contractors, again during this tender setup process, there will also be a process called tender queries. Like once they've gone through the documents, different contractors will be having a lot of queries. So the way how that queries needs to be addressed will also be mentioned in the document that is sent during the tender setup process. So once all the queries of different contractors have been received, a tender query meeting would be arranged by the consultant with the client, with the designers, so that all the queries can be solved, and this can be useful for the contractors to price accurately. So once the tender setup and tender query process is completed, the tender due date, it will be also mentioned in the tender setup process, where it would be mentioned that in this particular date the tender has to be received, or else the particular contractor will be disqualified from tendering for this project. So on that particular due date, once the tenders have been received by the consultant, next process is called the tender returns. So that is basically receiving the tenders. It can again be received through different ways. It can be through mail. Sometimes the client or consultant might ask it also to be received as a hard copy. So the particular address would be mentioned where the entire document should be received, the detailed pricing, the BOQ with the prices and the budgeting. So entire things and their assumptions, what they are considering, all those details should be received with these documents. So this is particular called the tender return stage, where all the tenders are received by the consultant or the client. So now the next process is, after receiving all the tenders, is to do a tender analysis. That is to go through the different tenders and compare it with the budget, compare it if they are adhering to the scope of the works, if they are following the contractual conditions. So all those things needs to be analyzed. And again, while analyzing, there is another process which is called the tender negotiations. There will be like each contractor comparison is made in one sheet so that the higher management will get a idea like what each contractor has quoted for the project and what are the different conditions that they have put forward. So based on that, they'll get a fair idea like who would be the best suited for carrying out this project. And again, during this stage, there will be something called a tender negotiation, where the consultant will be arranging meeting with each contractor to negotiate some prices. Like there might be different prices put for each element. So sometimes as per the budget that is made by the consultant, a particular price will be, let's say, 1,000 rupees or 1,000 dirhams or $1,000. But the contractor A, for example, must have put something around $5,000. So there will be a negotiation happening between them to get the best price. So again, there will be negotiation happening with each contractor so that there could be again reduction in prices so that they could get the best price. And finally, they will reach, the contractor client will have a discussion and reach out the best price and the best contractor who could carry out the project. And based on that, the consultant will provide a tender recommendation with all the details like this was the price quoted, this was the particular element, this is the contractual condition, this is the like the cash flow that they are projecting on. Based on that, they will be providing a tender recommendation to the client, telling them that this is the best suited contractor to carry out this project. So once that is done, then the final process is called the tender finalization, which is officially providing the letter that to the particular contractor who has been selected that you have been selected for this carrying out this project. This will be your quoted final price and these will be the contractual conditions. That is how the tender process is closed down. So hope got the idea of how the flow of a tendering process happens. So if you have any doubt, do let me know through comments, or you can also send me messages through the different social media accounts I have. So hope this small video was useful and informative. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Take care and don't forget to subscribe to Quantity Surveying Studio. Take care. Bye.